4, 3, 2, 1, and what's the song up? Run it up, something. Whatever Sierra sings. Turn it up.
Turn it up. What? How does it?
Girl, I feel like
we old.
Oh, right now. Cause I don't. Hold on. What is she saying?
Is it fuck it up? Fuck it up.
Fuck it up. No, it's not fuck it up. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on. What the? Is it fuck it up?
I don't know.
I'm mad that I don't know.
Google it. Ask AI.
I'm waiting.
Okay. You know what I didn't do?
What is it?
So, where do we look at to look straight at it?
Where is the camera? Is it right there? To the
That's
corner
what I'm
to the
trying to
left?
figure out.
It's to the left, I think.
And that's what I was going to do while I was there, but he did all that extra.
Let me see, make sure. Yeah, it's right here.
So, if I look right, move your head. Am I looking at the camera?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yep.
Right there. Okay, got it.
There's no fingerprints on there. Just wipe it off just in case. Make it real clear. Okay.
They seen us behind the scenes, I tell you. They'd be like, what the what?
What's that daggone song? Now it's irking me.
Are you about to play a song?
No, I'm about to just try to get this song
You don't
together.
get no theme music. You was
The
supposed to have us
Sierras.
a theme song, remember?
Right now, my theme music is I'm a Survivor.
Well, I guess that's a good song for all of us because right now.
Oh God.
But
But
you
you be calm, y'all. Okay.
okay? So look, all right.
It's called Level Up. Is that
What
song she's saying? What we thought she was saying? Fuck it up. Level up. Okay. We got that out of the way.
Woo! Yeah, I did say yep. Sure did.
Okay.
Let me put my phone on for notifications. Because you know, some of our people will call right in the middle of us doing this.
And they know that we're recording.
For 45 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's just black people.
Hey, you gotta love them. But, all right, so I guess I want to say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. And my first thing I want to say is thank you, Tara, for being here with me and doing this venture. I'm so excited because if y'all knew me and Tara's conversation, well, you will. Just a little bit, but enough. But if y'all knew our conversation
Yes.
outside of this sometimes,
Y'all be laughing.
yes, stomach being knots for a long time. So it's an honor to have her sitting here with me doing this podcast, and I'm excited about that. I do have a question for you. How was your Mother's Day? And happy Mother's Day, should I say?
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too.
Thank you.
I'm actually happy to be on here. I'm grateful to Maria for actually inviting me to be a co-host on this podcast. It's super exciting to be able to talk about things that people don't really want to talk about.
Yeah.
But as far as my Mother's Day was honestly not as relaxing as I would have chosen it to be. You know what I mean? Honestly, my grandmother was in the hospital, so I spent time going to see her that morning, and then she ended up getting they discharged her.
Good.
So
I was
when
gonna
they
say
discharged her, they discharged her or whatever. And then I went home, and then I had to help my cousin unpack her U-Haul.
Yeah.
So that was my Mother's Day, but overall, I was with family, so that was a good thing.
Always
And
a
I
plus.
did get some nice gifts.
Yes.
So, yay, it was good. But yeah, shout out to all the mothers, even though we
Of
know
course.
it's every day we're mothers.
We ain't gotta tell them. We gonna take that one day and take the gifts plus some. How about that, sis?
That part. And how was yours? Because I seen you kicking it heavy.
I know. Right?
I wanted her to put me in her suitcase, y'all, because
It was actually
I need
the
to get
first year that we did something different, and
Mhm.
he took me to Savannah. And I was like, usually I want to be around all of the kids, so I just want the kids to be
Mhm.
around and just be the grandkids. And I was like, okay, let's do something different. But it was nice to relax, get us some, some quality time in. Because like you said, we're both headed down two roads that are very, very busy.
Right.
So we have to connect there. And just being with just me and him, reflecting on things, having some of those conversations that a lot of us don't like to have, but we always have to have. And just enjoying our time and enjoying one another, especially being empty nesters now. It's kind of
Right.
neat, right?
I don't know, because I'm not there yet.
It's coming.
But I don't know. I don't think I really would enjoy it too much. I mean, I don't know how it feels. Maybe if I get a husband. then maybe I would, at least somebody be there. But as right now, I don't want the kids really going too far.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I know. I felt the same way too until.
But sometimes I'll be like, kids, bye.
Yeah, sometimes.
Let's be clear. I'll be needing a break.
Yeah. So I guess that could go into our first kind of like well, we asked our viewers for topics or individuals that said that they would look at us or follow our podcast. And 2 topics that we got that we're going to talk about just to see and get a feel. The next podcast will be solely on that topic. And the first one is going to be a little bit more Tara driven, but I'm okay with it. It is dating in 2023.
Yes.
Like, wow. I'm ancient because I've been married for a couple of years.
Right.
But I did do a little bit of research on the topic, just a little bit. And looking at some of the things that they're saying has changed over the years or changed even from 2022 to 2023. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not out dating.
Yeah, be glad. Okay. you know how it is when you got somebody that's married. They're always like, well, at least you're single, and then when you got the person that's single, they're like, I want to be married. However it goes, But you definitely in this dating season, people who are dating, you know what I'm talking about.
Is it dating?
It's not even dating anymore. Like, first of all, they messed up with the Netflix and chill. Okay, that first of all stopped the dating part for some of us. I mean, ladies, I'm sorry, y'all. If you're watching and you're still dating, I need for you to up the bar, okay? Because I don't know what y'all are doing, but yeah, the bar's kind of low. Okay, yeah. It's low, and I don't like it. And
I can say that. I can concur with that because when I up my standards is when my husband found me. So. I can agree with that. I mean, I really, really can agree with that. Even from 11 years ago.
Right. But still, yeah.
But when I upped my standards, that's when he was able to really find me because I knew what I was worth and I stood on it. So I can definitely agree with that. Yes. I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah. And it's a journey,
Yeah, but one thing I can say, like looking at the statistics from a couple different entities. One thing I did see, they said the physical preference will look different. I guess people, said the physical preference of the people will change. Daters will be looking for balance.
Physical presence. What do they mean by
preference? Preference will look different, like the physicality of individuals. The preference are going to change from what was expected in 2022 to 2023.
I wonder what that is.
That one didn't stand out to me because I think it changed.
Sounds like to me.
Yeah. They said daters will look for balance. I mean, is there, balance in the relationships?
You definitely need balance.
Yes. Men will reject stereotypes. I'm kind of glad about that because, men would be like, I only want this, I only want that. And you know how sometimes they can be stereotypical. Money will be less of a taboo for a dating topic. But the one that stood out to me is that there will be more boundary settings. They said that they feel that people, based off of a poll with 10,000 daters using the Bumble app, which is around the world, they said that there will be more boundary settings. That's what they see, people setting more boundaries in the dating scene.
Am I in the wrong scene? I mean, boundaries definitely should be set in the dating scene. I totally agree. I think when you set those boundaries, from what I'm seeing in the dating scene, more so you get less because now you're looking for quality. So you're gonna get less or whatever. So I don't know. It's questionable. But I did see that it's over 366 million people who actually do use online dating.
Yes.
And they're expected to see 100 million more within the years to come. So
yes. And that is
interesting.
Well, I can say that's how me and my husband met.
You know what? Hold on. Let me just tell y'all about this dating thing. Okay, that's good. No, seriously, because I was talking to a young lady today at my job. I'm like, so how did you and your husband meet, whatever? Because I thought she was going to say that they met online or whatever. Because so far I know of apparently now 3 successful relationships that where people met people online. And people, like, I support online dating. I'm sorry. The reason being is because I feel like you can put out there what you want, and people are supposed to put the same stuff down and what they want, and you can find like-minded situations, which kind of narrows the BS.
Yeah. But a lot of people lie.
But yeah, on them dating sites, we're seeing that you could be telling lies. Y'all be telling lies.
Wait a minute, I ain't gonna leave us out too. Because,
I don't know what's going on the female side, but on the guy side,
we can feel it too. Because when I had to go back and I had to reread my post, I was like, oh yeah, that was a lie. Let me put the truth. Because that had to be a lie.
But you know what the funniest thing is, guys, I do ask some of the guys like on the dating side, like, what are you getting and stuff, and they be saying some BS too. So I'm not saying it's not happening.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
And when you find the truth about yourself, go back and put the truth
and put the truth on there. Don't trick us, please. Or don't, you know.
So,
but you can't really trick people because some of y'all, I see why y'all single. I hope ain't nobody saying that about me, but seriously,
possibly could be.
Could be, you know, and I don't care if you see why. I know I got little anger issues, but
yeah.
Outside of that, I don't know.
You wrestle alligators. But I'm glad that when it came to me and looking at the boundary settings, like I really think that is very, very important. Or even having criteria. Like a lot of individuals, I talk to a lot of women on a day-to-day basis, and some of our standards
are low, too low,
or they're so astronomical.
Too high. They're not realistic.
Yeah. So,
but what does that look like though? Because some people might be like, I'm not settling. Like for me, I think sometimes some of the things I'm expecting, some people have told me like, oh, you're expecting this unrealistic man. I'm like, no, I just want somebody with some chemistry.
Yeah. For me, it's chemistry.
And I want you to be spiritually, to have some spiritual connection with God. Yes. I definitely do. I want you to be an alpha male. Well, I'm kind of questioning that aspect now a little bit.
I was going to say. I want you to really think about that.
I mean, you don't have to. I'll change my mind about that part.
Because I used to want an alpha male too
until you realize, I need somebody that's opposite of me.
What it meant to be an alpha male to dominate me.
Too controlling.
Yeah. And I don't want that anymore.
I'm not saying alpha male, but I definitely need a man who can check me.
Yeah. Now see
that part.
Yeah.
In a loving, way that makes me get correct, like, babe, chill out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
that part.
I need that or whatever. I don't think I'm asking for stuff that's unrealistic. I know everybody comes with flaws. I just know what I want.
But now, then my question is, because I knew what I wanted too, and I had to start settling for less than that. Mm-hmm. When I realized that's when dating became easier for me. And I like online dating because a lot of my issues with dating is the fact that people would meet me, the chemistry be there, and the first thing that, most people want to do is because you feel the chemistry just a little bit, the heated moments, and you end up doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing, right?
Right.
So with me, it gave me time to let people learn me, let me learn them, have conversation. It wasn't just that intimate relationship where you're right there sitting and right across from each other. So I really did like that part about that. You know what I'm saying? The online dating and getting to know someone. And then dating with my boundaries. And once I started setting up boundaries, it made dating so much easier. Yeah. Because I had boundaries, and I even investigated the other person's boundaries. Like, what is a boundary for you? Because if you don't have any, then click.
No, seriously.
I'm like,
not even just that too. One thing I am learning with this dating scene too, that I just feel like, and I'm guilty to a certain extent, you need to have all your stuff together. You cannot be expecting more from somebody than what you're willing to give.
Yes.
Or what you have to give. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless y'all are at the same space and place where y'all can kind of make it maneuver and work through, but
or even striving diligently
to get there.
Yes, to get yourself together. Really, like on self-development and stand on self-development. But one thing I've learned is as long as you're focused on God, it's a self-development journey, regardless if you want it to be or not. It's there. It's just every day. You know what I'm saying? It's apparent. So
definitely, it would definitely come together for sure.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
that dating game. I'm thankful that I'm not out there
In these
anymore.
streets.
No, I don't want to be in them streets.
No, it's these streets. These streets. It ain't the streets no more.
It ain't no more.
Streets.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay, but I do like the fact, like I said, they're setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else that they were talking about for me was
Mhm.
the typical. You know what I'm saying? Here, 1 year's this way, 1 year's that way. But I haven't really too much heard anything about boundaries until I did a little bit of research.
Well, I hope
being the
that is
topic.
definitely what's happening because I'm here for it.
Yes.
Please, any men out here who have boundaries.
Please.
And you love God. No. Okay. Don't have a lot of kids.
But see, we're not
Yeah.
asking for much. Oh, and kids. I guess that could take us right into the next one that we were hit with to talk
Yeah.
about, and that is blended families.
Yeah. So, I got a couple of facts on that one.
Okay, go ahead.
So, there's like 40% of the families in the U.S., you guys, are actually blended families. 16% of them are children. So that was a pretty interesting fact.
Yeah.
I know personally, I grew up in a blended family for a couple of years, and I hated it. I'm honest with y'all. I low-key hated it because
I thought you was about to say, like, not like that.
like, I hated it. Okay. Remember, hated it? Hated
Yeah.
it. Okay. But because there was differences that were made in that household
Wow.
behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
I don't want to get all into that. But yeah, I did not like it. And honestly, after I did some research about some blended families, that was one of the things that I had noticed and saw where, you know, there was issues with the parenting. Like maybe this parent might not want their child to be chastised by the other parent.
Yeah, it's a lot of things
Or-
that definitely goes with blended
Mhm.
families. Because as you know, me and my husband, we have a blended family,
Mhm.
having 4 children each,
Mhm.
and then coming together and having 19 grandchildren together and 8 children together. It's totally blended.
Mhm.
As a lot of people know, my husband was married prior to me for 20 plus years.
Mhm.
So his children were grown, but the blended family is definitely an area very touchy. And I can say that we have successfully
Mhm.
mothered the storm of creating a blended family. We're still a work in progress.
Mhm.
But a lot of things that most families would have went through, I stayed prayerful. I stuck to God and God's word to help me get through it. I'm in a lot of areas. But it's very, very touchy, and I know it's different for each family. I did do a lot of research on it, but I was raised by my grandparents, my mother and my dad. You know, everybody get the book. The Purpose Behind It All. Get the
Yeah,
book.
her book is good. Her book is good. And for y'all to be a blended family, I will say this though, like since I've known you, like I told you the other day, like you never. I think it's beautiful because I never heard you say my grandkids or whatever. You always say our grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you definitely include the whole. You know, I think that's beautiful because that's really how it should be.
Yeah.
It's our children now. It's not separate. We're come as one. So.
And it's a topic that a lot of people really need to be cognitive of and really need to hone in on, because like you said, a lot of families are that way now, or they're coming to be that type of, you know what I'm saying, way of 40%. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
And there's a lot of complications with that, especially when it comes to us as Black people being so broken and not understanding the value of a family for real, of coming together and utilizing each other. Because I know some of the blended families that I know of, well, some not know of everybody, but you know, there's always that mate or something in the back end who's causing havoc or adding problems to, you know, or trying to add problems to what you're trying to do, whatever the case may be, because of.
Yes. And I will say that me and my husband having a solid marriage or a solid foundation, that helped with that tremendously. Us being able to hold conversations with each other and be openly transparent that really helped in looking at how we both feel in the situation and taking that into consideration.
Right.
And also looking outside of myself, which I had to do a lot of, and looking at past me, past the children, past the grandchildren, to the great grandchildren. Like, how do I want them to see me and Papa Joe? And how we maneuvered through every situation. And for me, that was a lot of growth. A lot of growth in talking to individuals who are positive, you know what I'm saying, in that realm, who had wisdom to share. Doing studies and like really digging into research and why doesn't it work? Or what are the issues? But I can definitely say a solid marriage, me and my husband, I always remained civil. I treated every relationship with all of them, you know what I'm saying, with the highest level of respect, no matter how you came at me. Even though they were grown children, you know what I'm saying, in this situation. And I made sure that no matter what, I held my children to hold that same.
Right.
For everybody involved.
Mutual respect.
Yes.
Exactly.
And my husband was definitely, there's no step in him saying in our circle. Like you said, there's no, this is,
right.
No. It's
a unit.
Yes.
We're a unit. And
Yes.
that's the way it's supposed to work.
Yes. And
somebody's watching, and I'm proud.
Yes.
It's a unit. If y'all are together, y'all married, those are y'all children.
Yes.
We got to do better with family
And you also
bonding and just in general.
and spending time with each other and getting to know each other on your own level outside of the other people being involved. I have my own personal relationships with each and every one of our children. Like, when I say literally, like literally, we can sit and have a conversation, but it's our own personal relationships. And that's the part that I love. And that's what I really worked to develop, was our own personal relationships. And I'm compassionate to everybody's level of growth. Because in this whole scenario, I am from my husband to, you know what I'm saying, his ex-wife, or, Miss Rhonda. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not going to, we're all civil here, right? To his children and my children, it's like I'm the middleman. In all, you know what I'm saying, retrospect, because it's just my age too. So I'm the middle of a lot of different things. Sometimes I had to think beyond my years. Sometimes I had to think, you know what I'm saying, younger than what I really am, to be able to keep it as an even plateau. That neutral ground. And there's always room for growth. And just knowing that we all are growing and developing.
Right.
But it's...
Yeah, I can see it being a lot. That's why I prefer to date men with no kids.
Well, good luck with that.
I know. The older I get, the less it's available.
But it's nothing wrong
I'm
with...
joking, though.
Yeah.
I'm really joking, y'all. But I'm just...
I mean,
at one time, that was part of my dating...
Now they list.
No, seriously, I don't want if you... Yes, people... I just felt like people had drama. And I don't have drama with my, kids' father. So I'm like, I don't want that. So if you got that, I'd rather just date somebody who don't have kids.
Yeah.
But, I'm not planning to have anymore, so now somebody got to have something.
Yeah, we just had grandkids. That's what my husband told me. He was like, no more kids.
Yeah.
We got grandkids.
Yeah, I just got one grandbaby, and I would like more eventually, not right now.
Don't rush that.
But
good luck with trying to find someone without children.
Yeah, or they can be grown kids.
I admire, I like to see the relationships when I was dating, and if I had to go back again, one thing would be the relationship that they have with their children. And another thing that I would pay attention to on the dating scene is relationship they have with their ex, regardless of what.
Especially if kids are involved. I do. And your kids too, just in general. Your kids, I'd be looking at your kids.
Yeah, because I see
your mother. I be wanting to know I just be wanting to know about
I see a lot of women go through like the dating pool, and I'm like, well, did you pay attention to how he treats his children? Does he see his children?
No, because people be not paying attention to things like that, unfortunately, and those things matter.
Yes,
they matter. They are very important.
I'm glad I'm not dating.
Yeah, you need to. That's one thing people should be looking at. You should be paying attention to how a person's relationship is with their children, how their relationship is with their parents. Yeah. A lot of us have absent dads, or dads weren't in the household, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. Sad to say. We shouldn't be judgmental, but that plays a part Or if they have any, for us women, if they have any, just like women have daddy issues, if the men have any mama issues.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Because that's a parent too. Because I even had to, like, you read my book. I had to check myself on that too. Like, whoa, did my children have, you know what I'm saying, some mommy issues because of me trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the parent playing both roles, the mother and the father. And that's really important too. So,
and there's sometimes maybe they might have a certain thing. I mean, we're not perfect.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Nothing comes with a manual to say this is how it's supposed to do. The goal is to do the best that you have to give.
Yes.
You feel me? That part.
Yeah.
You know, and
but I'll tell you this, if you're an adult, I don't care what issues you had before, it's time for you to work on them. It's time for you to get it right between you and your creator. And you know what I'm saying, then work on you and your children, work on you and everything else. But it starts with self.
That part. Definitely starts with self.
Yes. So self-love will be important in setting them boundaries and definitely dating in 2023.
Yeah, so then when you do possibly, if you have a blended family, you know how to maneuver.
That part. Like, right? Oh, man.
Right.
So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up, and we're going to let you guys pick the topic that we're going to dig a little bit deeper into on the next podcast. Now, we have another question for you as well. Me and Tara was contemplating, should we do the first and third Wednesday, or should we just keep it once a month, every third Wednesday?
And who's planning to tune in?
That part
is the question.
That part. So, our next podcast will be June 21st, and we will go live. And drum roll, Tara gets to pick the time.
Evenings is what I say. I go for evenings. Okay, so I'm thinking, how late? 6:30?
It's totally up to you.
I think 6:30ish. I want you guys 6:30ish. I want everyone to be able to settle down so you guys can kind of interact with us, be in a space where we can converse and kind of go back and forth, because we're looking for y'all feedback. I mean, I think there's a lot of topics that we can actually cover that haven't been talked about, and we can open the door to talk about them so we can get some healing, some truth.
Yes, and be transparent.
Yes, and hit the mark so everybody got something to go away with.
Yes, that part. So we're looking forward to it, guys. Give us some feedback. Let us know how you feel, and we'll be checking it out, I guess.
We'll be in touch. Until later.
All right.
Good night.